And I've got the executive director of the Battleship Commission with me. This is my good friend Bill Tunnell. And Bill, glad to be back aboard. This is a great ship.
Well, welcome back aboard, Senator. I tell you what, it's a gorgeous ship and great day. Anytime you're here is a great day for us, I guarantee you.
Well, it's always an honor. Tell me about the Alabama.
Alabama was actually commissioned August 16, 1942, sailed for 3 years, won the war, as we say, led the American fleet into Tokyo Bay at the end of the war, then came back went into mothballs for 18 years and ended up in Mobile, Alabama. She's been open since 1965. We've had, from admission sales, we've had over $500 million impact on the state of Alabama.
Isn't that great? This is our museum, our what we call official museum to heroes in the state of Alabama. I'm mighty proud of that.
Well, I tell you what, it is a great memorial to all Alabamians, living and dead, who have either worn or are wearing the uniform of all branches of the United States Armed Forces, and we're just absolutely proud because they have defended our freedom well and continue to this day.
This has been in place for almost 50 years now, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's really been amazing. We've had over 14 million visitors since opening in January 1965, and I mean, she's just a success story any way you look. I mean, we've been hit by by hurricanes and all sorts of adversity, including $4 gas, and you know, we're keeping on ticking, and thank God for it. We've actually had a great year this year, low gas prices, so you know, our attendance actually has been up every month this year so far.
You know, we've got a whole new generation coming up. This is a World War II battleship, and I know we got a generation coming up of little ones who have no concept of World War II. What does a museum do for transferring history forward?
Well, it's much easier today than it was 20 years ago, because today with the modern technology is that it's easier to capture a lot of the action per se, plus with oral histories and things of this nature. But still, what we've been trying to do is go back through and recreate exactly what all the compartments on the battleship looked like in 1942 when she was brand new. And we had a war diary published in the early part of 45 that the crew did. And we're taking pictures from that war diary and restoring compartments to what they look like in those pictures, so people can look at the picture and say, hey, it looks just exactly like that, and that's the way it's supposed to be. But the great thing is that our wonderful visitors from literally all over the world now are transitioning from those people who fought in World War II and Korea to the sons and the grandsons, and grandchildren. And but they are incredibly inquisitive about what dad or granddad or Uncle Joe or whoever, what did they do in the war? And this ship symbolizes for so many people what it meant for their ancestors to be, fighting in that effort for freedom.
So when they come aboard the Alabama, what do you want people to take away once they get through with the tour?
Well, I think the main thing is that it wasn't a walk in the park. It was very crowded conditions. They were out in the middle of the ocean. I mean, any time some submarine could shoot at them or aircraft could come in, I mean, there's all sorts of calamities that could happen. And these were young people, average age under 21 years of age, for the most part, and they literally dropped everything they would do to sacrifice. And what we'd like to show that when somebody walks off here is just what the sacrifices that those young men made for us, and to maybe take away, say, wow, get a deep appreciation for what it meant and why it meant so much. So
not only can people come on and visit, but you have overnight opportunities?
Yeah, we've got an overnight program for boys or girls, 18 or under, single sex only, no co-ed. But we have actually slept over 220,000 scouts and youth groups on board the ship since we started this program in 1985. Great thing, and now the children who spent the night 20 years ago are bringing their children, which is great. It's history continually repeating itself, and that's great.
Well, you got a steady stream of people coming aboard today. I know you're mighty proud about that.
Well, it's been a good summer, and this is kind of a special day. So, like I said, we're excited because, before Alabama changed the school start date, is that after about the 5th day of August, you didn't hardly see anybody. Now we've got an extended summer, and quite honestly, economically, it's going to be a great benefit to the state of Alabama to see this extra week or so of school. And I can tell you, we can prove it in our attendance numbers like today. All these people normally would not be here.
Well, we're going to continue our show. We had a big ceremony aboard the Alabama today. We're going to tell you about that in just a minute. Stay with us on this edition of the Hank Irwin Show.